Welcome to Cord Cutting This Week, episode number 52, the show where I give you my opinion on some of the biggest stories in the world of cord cutting. Now, this is my opinion. If you want to learn more, in the show notes down below, I'll have a link to each story I cover. You can come up with your own opinions. Hey, tell me what I got wrong. Where did I go off the rails? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. First, though, a special thanks to Toast.net. They have a special deal for Cord Cutters News readers and viewers here over on our YouTube channel. They're offering $5 off every month for the first year of your internet service if you use Toast.net. They offer DSL and fiber all over the United States. They resell AT&T's lines, and it's a really great service with US-based customer support and no data caps. If you want to get $5 off for the every month for the first year, use coupon code CORDCUT17, all one word, CORDCUT17. And that is going to be in the show notes down below, including a link to their site. They're offering fiber and DSL all over the place now, and including probably an area close to you, if not where you live. So check it out. Link in the show notes where you can enter your zip code, find out if they're available in your area. Next up, real quick too, I have a great giveaway happening the week of Black Friday. So if you're watching this right after we go live, check it out. We're giving away an Amazon Fire TV Recast DVR, the 500 gigabyte version, and a Clearstream 2 Max antenna from Antennas Direct. So a great kit there to have DVR for your antenna and for your Fire TVs. Link in the show notes if you want to enter the giveaway. There's a lot of options to enter the giveaway. You don't have to do everything, but the more you do, the more chances you get to enter. And lastly, kind of kicking off our stories today, let's get into them. Black Friday deals. There's a ton of them. When I'm recording this, some of them are live on Amazon. Others start on Sunday, the 18th. Like all the Fire TVs, the Recast, and more will be on sale starting tomorrow when I'm posting this. And I have a link to all kinds of Black Friday deals from Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Target, and more. All included. I got breakdowns of all the greatest deals out there in the show notes down below. A few I wanted to point out. Roku Ultras are going to be like $49 or so, $50, somewhere in that range, depending which store, including on like Amazon, Walmart, and other places. Target, I'm not sure if they're doing it there. The Fire TV sticks are going to be $24.99. The Fire TV 4K stick, which that's the one you should get for $10 more. It's a much better streaming player. That'll be on sale for $34.99. The Recast DVRs will be on sale for $179.99 starting. You also have Fire tablets, Fire TVs, tons of TVs out there, laptops, game systems, all kinds of stuff, all for sale from all the biggest providers. I'll put a link down in the show notes where you can just see that whole chart. Heck, buying that link, if you buy through those links there too on Amazon stuff, you also help in Cord Cutters News, so I would appreciate that. But if you just want to see what's available at all the stores, we even include the doorbuster deals for Thursday and Friday at Best Buy, so check that out. I think it's Best Buy that's doing the 2 different days, and maybe Walmart, I can't remember. Link in the show notes, read that full list for the best deals. All right, next story up. That was just kind of a quick one I wanted to let you know about. Here is my biggest funnest story, I think, from this past week that not a lot of people really saw. Once again, end of the year, we always hear these great deals. I think cable companies get desperate for subscribers. They want to look at the end of the year reports that'll be very high with a lot of subscribers. So we start seeing these crazy deals. Hey, we'll give you TV for $24.99 every month for the first year. And they kind of, they don't really talk about it. It's like $24.99 each, right? You get the triple bundle. It's $24.99 for phone, $24.99 for internet, $24.99 for TV. Sounds great, right? Hell, that's a good deal. Well, not necessarily, because Comcast and Spectrum's fees can add up to be over $60 a month. Here's an example of it for Comcast. Additional TV services, $18.91 in fees. Additional internet services, $13 in fees. Additional products, services, and equipment fees. Now, for this particular customer, they had a couple of TVs with you now need a little Recast box for each TV. That added up to $33.96. Other charges and credits was $13.23 in fees. Taxes, surcharge, and fees, $8.93. See, add that all up, it's over $60 in fees. Spectrum, let's look at this one. Broadcast TV, original sports fees, $11.55. I do know that Spectrum doesn't charge broadcast TV or regional sports fees in all markets, but in some of them they do, especially the Time Warner and the Bright House markets. Taxes $9 and change. HD set-top box rental, $11.75. Digital converters are $6.99 each. So if you have 3 TVs in your home, which isn't that hard, bedroom, kids room, family room, living room, 3 TVs is not an unusual thing for, I think, many Americans now. That adds up to $20.97. Other fees and taxes add up to 73 cents. Total about $60.89 on that. So it really adds up quick. I always love it. There's always somebody, actually just right here on YouTube today. Oh, it was on a video I did about the top 10 free Roku channels. And somebody posted, well, if you want to be a cord cutter, I doubt you're owning a Roku because internet only costs more than cable TV does. That's just silliness. It really is. You may say, oh yeah, $24 may sound like a great deal, but when you look at HD set-top box fees, digital converters fees, broadcast TV fees, regional sports fees, the list goes on. DVR, I always love it that you got pay for DVR and then you also have to pay for HD technology fees. And it really is. It's really easy to end up with $60. So you may be thinking, oh, hey, this whole bill adds up to be about 90 some bucks. It sounds great. Well, once you add in the $60 in fees, now you're talking $150 versus cord cutting, which on average cord cutters pay less than $100. Many pay less than $50 for their entertainment. You look at Verizon coming in the market, offering $300 down, data cap free, 5G internet for $50 a your Verizon customer. That's a pretty good deal. AT&T's launching theirs. Until recently, I upgraded the internet here in my home office because I wanted the faster upload for our live streams. And when we go do a news piece for a local TV station. But I was paying $29.99, $30 for 100 down Spectrum cable internet. That was a pretty good deal. I think I hear it's now $35. I'm not sure because I'm now paying for the gigabyte one because I wanted the fast up speed. But when you look at that, you had $50, let's say $40, there's $90 versus $150. Now you're saving $60 a month. And that's during the promo. Now when that promo ends, now you're paying even more. That's why I hear people saying they're paying $200. Some people actually tell me they pay over $300 once you get the triple play, all the promotional offers in. So my question to you is, what was your breaking point? At what point did you say, wow, I'm paying what for TV? For me, it was when my DIRECTV bill went over $110 a month. I was like, that wasn't even the internet. That was just TV. I was like, no, we're not doing that. Let's kill that off. That's just not worth it. So I'd love to know, what was that break-even point? Do you remember how much of that was fees and taxes? Do you remember what you were promised you would pay? Was it that like a $24.99 type deal where it's like, hey, when it's all done and said, it should be about $90 and then suddenly you're paying $150, $160 and you're sitting here wondering, where did this extra $60, $70 come from? Leave me a comment, let me know. And save this link down here because there's always somebody's going to be going, cable TV's cheaper, look at these great ads. Look, I got a flyer, $19.99, whatever. Bring them this post and say, hey, look at all these fees. Regional sports, broadcast TV, equipment rentals, DVR, HD technology fees, surcharges, franchise fees. The list goes on and on. And the worst part is most of these fees are ones the cable company knows about. They know before you sign up that they have a broadcast TV fee, a regional sports fee, a HD technology fee. They know all this. They could easily disclose all this, but they don't. So I'd love to know from you, what was your break point? Save this article, share it with your friends, be like, hey, that deal you think it's going to be so great, it really isn't. So let's keep moving along here. Next one up. DIRECTV Now is asking for public beta testers for a new streaming player. Now, I got a lot of people, before I get into the story, a lot of people email me, how do I sign up for the beta test for this new streaming player from DIRECTV Now? AT&T contacted us and said, if you are not one of the lucky people who received the email, your application won't be considered. Even if you find a link, fill it out, it's tied to the people who have an account with them. So only the people who receive the email to that account and sign up will be eligible for the beta. Just keep that in mind. But what's happening here? Well, it looks to be an Android TV box. And while it will work DIRECTV, I don't think that this was primarily meant to be for DIRECTV Now. I think this is more for the DIRECTV streaming version. I'll get to in a moment. They're looking for people to test out this new device. And why are they doing this? They say it's because AT&T wants to build a streaming device to give you an even better experience, and we would like you to be a beta tester so you can help us make sure we do just that. So it looks like they want it all in one package. This week, AT&T's CFO, Chief Financial Officer, came out during an interview and said they want a device that they can UPS to you, FedEx to you, maybe pick up at Best Buy. You take home, you plug it in, and they can also offer basically a streaming version of DIRECTV. Same terms, same contracts, but without the need for them to drive a truck to your home, have a satellite in space, and set that up. Maybe that'll mean a price hike or cut. I don't know, because it will be cheaper for them. But it looks like this device, while will be capable of DIRECTV Now, because DIRECTV Now and DIRECTV's streaming ends are basically the same back end. It is really meant for DIRECTV. It has the channel numbers on it. Looks a lot more like a traditional cable remote, cable setup. There's no coaxial cable. It's all meant to go through Ethernet or Wi-Fi on it. And it really is seeming to be AT&T's long-term play to replace the satellites in space, because those are crazy expensive, not to have a physical presence in each town. If you think about AT&T has probably hundreds or thousands of employees across the United States. They're just waiting for somebody to call and say, hey, I want DIRECTV or AT&T UVerse, so they can send a truck to your home, set it up, and have that. This device will hopefully make that all obsolete. They could lay off all those people. They could just ship you a box, you plug it in like you plug a Roku in, and you're streaming DIRECTV or DIRECTV Now. Also helps them replace some of the lost money in devices, because now they're not only making a profit off of the streaming, they're also making a profit off of selling you the streaming player, which will help them there. Of course, if it's Android TV, it may mean it's limited. You know, no official Amazon app on it. The interesting thing here is there's no official DIRECTV Now Android TV app. Does this mean an Android TV app is about to come out? Maybe. We don't know. My question to you is, would you buy a device from your streaming service? If, let's say, DIRECTV Now said, hey, if you prepay for 3 months, we'll give you a free streaming player. There you go. My other question to you is, would you go back to DIRECTV if it's streaming? And this has always been an argument with people. Is cord cutting all about streaming? So would a DIRECTV version of the same contract, same channel packages, but streaming instead of satellite, be cord cutting? I would argue it is not. Cord cutting to me is more about no contracts and cheaper. If this has a contract and it's basically within roughly the same price point, it's not really cord cutting. There's no real reason to go do that. One of the biggest selling points to cord cutting is the flexibility and control over what I want to pay when I want to pay it, which means no contracts and flexible payment options. If I don't want a live TV service, I just go to Netflix. If I want just a basic one, I can get Sling TV for $25 or a $40 DIRECTV Now package instead of $100 some for cable, which is now over $100 is the average cable bill. So my question to you is, what is cord cutting to you? Is it all about like streaming? Is that what it is to you? Or is it all about, hey, it's all about no contracts, it's all about control? What is it? Because this is going to raise a gray area here. Hey, DIRECTV is streaming. Have you ever seen the DIRECTV commercials? They're all like, cancel cable, cut the cord on cable. And they're telling you to get DIRECTV instead. And to most people, DIRECTV satellite and cable TV are no difference. They're all the same to me. So I'll be very interested to hear from you. What is your opinion on these DIRECTV streaming services? We see the player now. It looks just like a cable box. It looks just like a cable remote. It's cable streaming over the internet in a way much more than Sling or PlayStation View or DIRECTV Now, because it appears to have the contracts, the terms and conditions, device maybe rental fees still. Maybe they're not going to even sell you the device. Maybe they'll just charge you a monthly $10 rental fee. Again, you're right back into what cable was. So leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. Last one of the day. There is mounting pressure on the Department of Justice to probe Comcast over antitrust violations. Now, when Comcast bought NBC Universe or whatever, the NBC channels everything. Hey, it's a Saturday morning. I haven't had my coffee yet. There was a bunch of rules or regulations put on it by the a previous administration. Just to be clear on that, because you have to nowadays. That limited what they can do. While those limitations were set from the moment that deal was agreed to expire last year. It was what was agreed to years and years ago. While that ended, the Department of Justice warned Comcast that we're still watching you. If we feel like you're violating antitrust or anything, we're going to be investigating you. While now the American Cable Association, the ACA, which is a group of mid-sized and smaller cable operators, so all those ones like Cable America, all the really small regional cable companies, which really add up to a lot of subscribers when you add them all together, sent a letter to the Department of Justice asking them to investigate Comcast over antitrust. They're saying they're using their NBC line of channels to basically force them to pay more and to have unfavorable deals by trying to squeeze them when Comcast gets it for a much better deal, basically. That is the allegation. There's been politicians jumping on the board saying, hey, Comcast probably should be investigated too. And it looks like the Department of Justice, while they haven't officially launched an investigation, they are talking about it. They are sending clear warnings to Comcast that we're watching you, we're investigating this, and we may launch an antitrust investigation. Keep an eye on this. This could be groundbreaking because there's allegations that AT&T is doing a similar thing. Dish is saying, hey, AT&T is trying to make us pay for them to offer their customers a better deal on HBO and other deals. They want, Dish to do this or that. And now here's the American Cable Association saying maybe not those exact things, but basically Comcast is engaging in antitrust. There's a lot of words going around, no investigations yet. But if an investigation happens, this could be a groundbreaking moment for cord cutting because it could maybe put a stop to some of these behaviors none of us like, just to be honest with you. Could it become that? Is this really happening? It may not. They may investigate and say, hey, you know what? I know you don't like this, but they're not actually violating any laws. So keep that in mind. But in the future, going forward, I think it's important that we watch this very closely. I'll be posting about over at corecarsnews.com as it goes forward. But I think there's something here. I do think there's an interesting lesson to be learned if this investigation does happen. All right. So that is the news of the week. Again, a couple questions. What was your break point with cable? Was it the dollars? How much was your monthly fees, taxes, and equipment rentals? I'd love to know that from you. What do you think of what cord cutting is? Is it about streaming? Is it more about no contracts and freedom there? I'd love to know that from you. And do you think the Department of Justice should be investigating Comcast? What about AT&T? Should they investigate them too? Spectrum, Charter, where do they stop that? I'd love to hear from you. All right, everybody, I hope you had a great week. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about our Toast.net deal for $5 off. Don't forget about our Black Friday deals, the full list of all the great cord cutting ones, and the Fire TV recast and the antenna giveaway. Links for all that in the show notes. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. If I don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Eat some good food. I'll see you next week. We'll be right back here on the day after Black Friday.